Hi Gemini, Stella here, and we're gonna jump right into your reading. Okay, so overall, influencing the whole reading, we have the Lovers and we have the Ace of Pentacles. The Lovers is obviously love, right? Relationship, intimacy, romance. It is upright, but the fact that it is the overall card that fell out above everything else tells me that this whole reading is going to be about, love, connection is what's on your mind. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles as well. It is upright next to the Lovers. So this could be, two opposing forces vying for your attention, right? Do you focus on money and your new beginning? This could be a new career, a new business, a new opportunity, a promotion at work. It's a new beginning involving your finances, involving material wealth, material possessions. And you see the bullseye right there. So it's something being presented to you because of all your hard work. It's a new beginning, well earned, right? The start of a new chapter. And then we have the Lovers card, which is about romance, relationship, intimacy, connection or union of the divine masculine and divine feminine. So this is what's overall influencing on your mind. We have the Tower reversed. The Tower is about unexpected change. Change comes in like lightning. It burns the foundations of your, tower, your home base, and causes you to have to basically start over from the beginning. It is complete destruction. And it doesn't have to be physical complete destruction, but it is destruction of something, some aspect of yourself. It doesn't have to be like your physical life, like you lose your home, your car, your job, but if it's not that, then you're losing your ego. You're losing some sense of self. Hello. I don't know if you guys can see, but my puppy wants to join here. Next to the Tower, we got the Hermit. The Hermit is all about just what I've been talking about all of this work with the subconscious. You see the turtle goes into his shell, right? He comes out and he's illuminated. He has this candle that guides him moving forward. So this is wisdom. This is going inward to find the answers. This is connection with your higher self. This is connection with the divine. Next to the Tower reversed on your conscious mind. So I think you're well aware, Gemini, that you're going through this major transformation of self. You're well aware that the foundations upon which you've built your current, iteration, the current version of you is crumbling. It's time for it to change. And although you're reluctant to allow the change in the reverse, you have very much done the work that you need to do in order to get the information. You have all of the knowledge that you need to move forward. In your recent past, we have the Sun reversed. This makes a lot of sense with everything you're going through subconsciously. The Sun is your sense of self, yourself. And it's in the reverse. So this is telling me that you are changing the way that you see yourself, the way that you show up in the world. The way that you view yourself is different now, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful personal growth. I don't actually get this as a negative card. I just see it as change in the recent past. So you've decided that you are no longer going to show up the way you used to show up, and then here you are in the present, looking out onto the horizon, visualizing where you're going to go. You see it's a soldier, right? There's one stick behind him, so he still has one foot in the past, if you will, and two in front of him, and he's surveying the future, looking out and saying, okay, where am I going to go from here? I know what I want. I know I have to change, but I also know that it means I have to leave something behind, right? And so he's right at that precipice where he's visualized the future he wants for himself, but he also knows that it means everything in the past has to change. And he's just about to take that step forward. In my card, where he's facing towards me, he's actually looking towards the past. So I think although you are ready, and although You have all the knowledge that you need to make this change. Maybe you're wondering, how will it affect my relationship? How will it affect my ability to bring in, finances? And even though you're ready and you're right there on the starting line, you're still looking backwards. You're not quite looking forward yet. Your challenge, we have the Two of Cups. This is connection with another person. This is emotional connection, the sharing of cups, right? See, he's drinking out of her cup, she's drinking out of his cup. Cups are emotions. And two is always about a choice. You have a choice here, Gemini, to stay. And even this Sun card, it has two people in it and it's in the reverse. So you could very well, with the Lovers here, you could be leaving a relationship, or maybe you've met somebody new. And yeah, because we've got the Three of Cups in reversed in your future. Can I have a clarity on this Two of Cups, please? What is the scenario for Gemini? So whatever it is for you, Gemini, it has to do with another person. You may very well be leaving a relationship. You may be starting a relationship with somebody and you're wondering, like, can you take this forward with you? Ooh, the Devil. Okay, can I have one for the Three of Cups as well? One for the Three of Cups. Oof, Eight of Cups. Okay. So, the Devil. This is about everything that binds us. This is about physical addictions. This is karmic, relationships. This is toxic friendships, toxic relationships, toxic work environments. Anything that's in your physical reality that is very obviously not for your highest good, something that's holding you back. And because we have you on this precipice where you're ready to move forward, this Tower moment is happening. Things are changing, and it is in the reverse. So it's telling me you're not embracing it. But the fact that it's showing up means you're also not past it yet. So this big shakeup in your environment, you've gone inside, you've done the work. You have looked at your past relationships, at your limiting patterns, limiting beliefs. You know where it is you need to go, and you have the tools, you have the light to move you forward. But you're hesitating to take that step. You're not ready to take that step forward because there's something that's binding you, something that's chaining you to your past. It could be an addiction. It could be a relationship. It is a relationship with another person. It doesn't have to be a love relationship, but it could be a friendship, or there's some karmic tie, some karmic relationship you have with somebody that is the reason you're not moving forward. Because the Two of Cups is normally a beautiful card about choosing, right, to share yourself with another person. But the fact that it's coming up as your challenge is telling me, number one, you're afraid to share yourself. You're afraid to share who you are. And number two, this is the reason, this connection you have with somebody else is the reason you're not moving forward. Is your identity wound up in this relationship with this other person? This lover relationship or this friendship? Or do you, when you think of yourself and who you are, do you not know who you would be without this other person? And that's what's chaining you to the past, Gemini. Because typically this is a joyful card, and in the upright it's not. So the overall theme of what I'm getting here, and then we've also got this Ace of Pentacles, which is this beautiful new financial beginning. So it's like, are you on the precipice of a new job, starting a new business, a new channel of income, and yet you don't want to move forward because you've done all this work on the inside, but you don't want to leave behind the past. You don't want to leave behind this relationship. You know that if you fully step forward and allow your inner light to guide you, it's going to take you somewhere, number one, you've never been before, but number two, where possibly this person is not there with you. And I think you're not quite willing to do that yet. In your near future, we have the Three of Cups in reverse. So this is celebration. This is eating, drinking, being merry, but it is in the reverse again. So you're not wanting to participate. You're not wanting to take part in celebration. And then when I asked for guidance, we have this Eight of Cups, this walking away. So these are all the cups that you've built up with somebody. These are all of the emotions that you have towards somebody, and you're having to choose to walk away. And notice the moon here. This realization might happen right around the 21st to 23rd, right around the solstice time, because we have that full moon. And then your internal environment and your external environment. So internally, we have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is coming together, the blending of ideals, of values. It's represented by marriage. So what is marriage but the ultimate, coming together and marrying of values, right, with another person. It's a beautiful card of celebration, but it's in the reverse. So internally, maybe you had an engagement, or maybe you had dreams of marrying this person one day, and you're realizing that your greater, destiny, where God is calling you with this inner light, where this Ace of Pentacles can flow into your life, is very different than this place that maybe you once saw yourself or once thought that you would be. This is deep, Gemini. And then in your environment, we have the Five of Wands. So again, this is conflict in ideals, conflict in values. It is in the reverse. So I'm getting the word like compromise. You just can't agree with somebody else. The two of you just can't see eye to eye. And so it's like you've resolved, it's like you're agreeing to disagree. You've resolved that we're not going to, come together with our values. We're not going to be able to meld or marry our beliefs together. It's not going to happen. And so, you're okay with it in your heart. Internally, you've realized that that's how it needs to be. And externally, you have this sort of truce with this other person where you're going to agree to disagree. Below on your subconscious, we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. So perhaps you're worried about getting away with what you can. It's like you're worried about what you'll be able to leave the situation with. You might even be worried that this person may seek revenge, or may try to take something that's not theirs, or they may say things about you that are untrue, or try to, ruin your reputation, or say things that are toxic to other people. This is a card of like stealing, getting away with what you can, carrying away all the goods in a very sneaky manner. It is in the reverse on your subconscious. So yeah, I think you're just worried about being able to get away with what you can. I don't think it does actually have anything to do with theft, but subconsciously you're aware that this person will probably try to, it's like you both, because you're splitting ways, you're parting ways, you both have to try to get as much benefit out of a shitty situation as you can, right? That's really what I'm getting. And then when I pulled guidance here for this Three of Cups as well, I got the Emperor. So I think there is some, male figure. It could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sag, who is offering you wisdom. This is somebody who's been there and done that. He's seen all of the conflict. He's seen everything, and he rules in a very fair way. He's not even just the king, he's the emperor. It has control of all of his elements, his emotions, his heart, his motivation, his logical ability. And he uses it very wisely and very judiciously, in a very positive way. Okay, can I have Can I have one card for the other person in this situation? And then I want to pull one more challenge and guidance. So justice reversed. So they may feel like things are not fair, like it's not fair for you to walk away with everything that you two have invested in this thing. And yet they understand that, you know, you can't flourish in the way that you need to flourish in the old environment. Okay, so challenge is the Ten of Swords. Being able to let go of what's no longer working, being able to sever ties with the past, literally sever ties, right? Being able to use your words to put an end to whatever the situation is that's no longer serving you. Ten of Swords is like the ultimate death. There's no coming back from it. There's no redemption. Sorry, actually the Five of Swords, but same thing, you know, there's no coming back from this. Once these ties are cut, they're cut for good. These are words, these are truths that you can't come back from. You can't pull back. It's also like a battle where you win, you know, it's like a battle that nobody wants to fight, right? Traditionally, it shows a man and he's like winning a battle, but the other guys are throwing their swords down. So it's almost just like, damn, like if you want it that bad, here, just have it, right? It's a battle won that you didn't want to have to fight in the first place. So like a hollow victory, if you will. And sometimes that's how it has to be, Gemini, just simply because the situation, you can't get where you need to go in your current situation. It doesn't mean you have bad feelings one way or another. It just means that things have to change. And then as your guidance, the Five of Wands in reverse. So again, the same card here. External environment is what this was, and then your advice or your guidance. So agree to disagree and just walk away. Throw down your sword, throw down your weapon, you know, understand that you're not going to be able to get this person to see things your way, and vice versa. They're not going to be able to get you to see things, you know, their way. And not that that's a Gemini thing, but it is a very Gemini thing to hold strong to your opinions, you know, but you also do want to please people. You're a very social creature. You very much want to participate in this eating and drinking merry and being merry and, you know, bringing people together. You're the master, like, social orchestrator, right? You bring people together and you find the commonalities and you find people's interests and you know, chat them up and you make people feel so good in social situations. So for you to be like, not partake in this because you know that the situation is not conducive to this place that you know you need to go, right? This future, whatever it is you're walking towards, whatever this future is that you have envisioned for yourself, you know that as much as you love to socialize, it's not going to do you any good to go and drink and be merry and, you know, like play pretend with these people in this situation where you really need to be moving forward. As much as you love to socialize, it would almost be a step backwards if you were to go and participate in this, right? Because it's over. It's just over, and that's what it is. And so you agree to disagree and you walk away. Can I have one clarity on this Ace of Pentacles? I would love to know what this is for Gemini. So, I mean, overall, Gemini, it's painful. The message is extremely clear here with the Tower, the Eight of Cups, the Three of Wands, the two Five of Wands. You know, you're leaving something behind. There is no redemption. There is no coming back from it, but it is for the better. It's how things need to be right now, and you are in the process of like mourning and looking back, and perhaps your identity is, you know, attached to this person. But remember what I said about the astrology in the beginning about finding unexpected value, like you may be surprised in a way that you thought that you were. You thought people perceived you a certain way, and then you find out that actually it's not what you thought it was, and it's surprising. And so that happens, and that's painful. And then a little later in the month, a couple days later, you come full circle and you find comfort, and you find an aspect of yourself that you really love and that you hadn't discovered before in your daily routine, in that Saturn and Capricorn, in, showing up responsibly and doing the thing you need to do. So it's like putting the emotions aside, putting the mental stress aside, and just showing up, going to work, doing the thing you need to do. And all of a sudden you fall in love with some aspect of yourself that you weren't able to appreciate before. So although this is hurtful, although this scenario is painful, again, we have the Seven of Swords pop up. So although it's painful and it's hurtful, you're going to be able to see things in yourself that are going to make you fall in love with yourself all over again that you would have never seen had you not gone through this situation. All right. And again, the Seven of Swords popping up. Just be careful about people gossiping. Just be careful about people saying things about you. Make sure that you're very honest in all your dealings. Make sure that you don't hide anything that you're doing right now. Definitely make sure you don't steal or lie or distort the truth in any way, because if you do, it will come back. It will come back on you this month, Gemini, or in the near future. So just make sure that you're honest. Just make sure that you focus on yourself and don't worry about what anyone else is saying. Even your absence can speak volumes, right? Because you are such a social creature. So when you don't show up to this event where everybody expected you to be, people are going to start talking. And if your identity does lie in your relationship with this person, whether it be friend, coworker, boss, lover, whatever it is, if some aspect of your identity does lie in your connection with this person, it is going to hurt, and it is going to feel very difficult, and it might even feel unfair, or they might think it's unfair. But remember, it's something that's holding you back right now. It's a tie that's binding you. It's chains on your ankle. And so even though people may talk and they may wonder, where's Gemini? Gemini's normally here. What does that mean? Is their relationship, blah, 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 blah. All these gossipy things. You don't focus on that. You focus on where you're moving going forward. And the results, Gemini, are going to speak for themselves, because you have this inner wisdom. You have everything that you need. You have all the knowledge you need to move forward. And you have this beautiful Ace of Pentacles. This beautiful financial beginning right here. This is like one of the first cards that showed up. So it's there for you. Just make sure to focus on the future and not look back right now. We're in the home stretch. We're at the end of the year. We're at the end of this eclipse season where all this shit is coming up. Of course, things are going to have to change. Of course, your sense of self is going to have to change. The way you view yourself, the way you show up. And if you're in the middle of this right now, this tower moment, right, this transformation, you're not even quite solid in your new identity because it hasn't consolidated yet. You're in the process. You're walking through. So you don't need external input. People gossiping, telling you, of course they're going to wonder, right? Because your behaviors are changing. But you can't give them an answer right now because you don't even know. You're not even where you're going. You're not at this Ace of Pentacles yet, right? You're in the process. So you don't owe it to anybody to explain anything, and don't worry about what anyone else has to say. Don't even pay it any mind, because you see how he looks very comfy and very cozy, this fox, right? But he's got one eye open. So it's like, I see what you're saying. I see what's going on. I hear you talking above me, right? And he's laying on the sword, but he has this weapon, but it's sheathed. It's like, yeah, I could come and talk a bunch of shit. I could do some damage. I could turn and say some nasty things about this person, and I could shed some light on some ugly truths, but I'm not going to, because it doesn't serve me. I'm going to stay here, comfortable with one eye open, going through my transformation, what was the card we got? The Six of Swords in the intro video. The butterfly, you're going through this transformation and your environment is not necessarily conducive. So once you get where you're going and you're solid in your new identity, that's when everybody's going to be able to see, you know, the transformation and all the positive work that you've done. But right now you can't even explain it to them because you don't even know what it is. So you're truly walking forward in faith right now, Gemini, and it's beautiful. You're in the home stretch. You've done all of this subconscious work, all of this clearing, all of this, you know, getting rid of limiting beliefs and karma and so much crap, right? And when I say it's generational, please believe me, you're not just clearing your own energy, you're clearing that of your entire family, generations going back and generations going into the future. And the work that you do to clear your heart, clear your mind, clear your karma, not only affects you, but affects everybody. It affects the whole, because you don't live in a vacuum. You're part of a greater whole, and you're doing big, you know, powerful, unique to you work right now. And this Ace of Pentacles is right at the end of all this transformation. So just continue to look forward and don't get caught up in what anybody else has to say about it, okay? I'm going to pull an animal oracle for you. What's the animal messenger for Gemini? What's the animal messenger for Gemini? And your emotions, Gemini, your emotions are going to be, you're such a logical being, right? You're such a logical creature. You're so good at communication. You're so quick-witted. You're so fast. You have such a vast vocabulary. It's going to be really important this month. I'm just focusing on this Father of Cups, to listen to your emotions and give them a place in your consciousness right now, right? Know that your emotions are messengers. They're messengers from your body, from your subconscious, from your, you know, from your being. Basically, they're messages from your inner being to your, you know, brain, to, you know, in your environment. They show up viscerally in the body, and then it's your brain's job to make sense of them, right? But don't overthink them. Just allow them to inform your, you know, your decisions. And just know that all of your emotions are valid. They all have a place. They all have a reason. And by taking the time to really feel them and sort through them one by one, you're going to give yourself the best chance of moving through this to this new place that you're going without having any baggage remaining, okay? Ooh, I love this one. Okay, we got raccoon. First of all, you see the mask that he has on. Second of all, so he's wearing a mask. Raccoons are incredibly clever. They're incredibly smart. They're also sneaky. They, what's the internet joke? The trash panda, right? But they're so cute. They live in groups. They're very social animals. They have these curious little habits. They wash their food. I'm going to go ahead and read the... This is one of my favorite animal oracles. Okay. Talented, shadowy, in hiding. You're in metamorphosis right now. You're in the middle of the process. Raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self-image and success. Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. Other times it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I am ready to grow into something more? Raccoon energy will not let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. Am I who my audience thinks I am? Am I who I thought I was with this person? Am I who this person thinks I am? Or am I ready to be more, Gemini? That's the question this month. And this month, this December, is not just the energy of December. It's the energy of the entire year, all of the inner work you've been doing, all of the goal setting, all of the shadow work and transforming limiting beliefs and limiting scenarios, leaving behind physically old relationships, work, things, patterns of being, ways of being that don't work for you. And like I was saying in the intro video, you find you keep your head down and you don't worry about, am I who they think I am? Or am I ready to be something new? You're ready to be something new, and you're right in the middle of it. And in keeping your head down and just showing up and to do the thing, showing up and doing the habits that keep you going, that you need to do to sustain yourself. In doing that, you find newfound beauty and newfound respect for an aspect of yourself that you never knew before. New appreciation for yourself. Okay? And it's really beautiful. Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this ego fear is resolved. Your ego is changing at the moment, Gemini. Who you see yourself as is changing at the moment. So it's going to be uncomfortable for a little while, and that's okay. It doesn't have to look perfect from the outside. You're going through this transformation, and you will come out on the other side. Ooh. Why is it taking me so long? The only reason you have not already received what you desire is because you are holding yourself in a vibrational pattern that does not match the vibration of your desire. It doesn't get much more clear than that. Holding yourself in this pattern of who you think you need to be for other people, for a past relationship that's dead and gone, for a situation that you've already walked away from, you're in the middle of walking away from. The only reason you haven't received it yet, this Ace of Pentacles that's coming, this new financial beginning that you've been wishing for, is because you're continuing to hold yourself in the pattern of the past. So with this Three of Wands and this Hermit, you're right there. You have all the wisdom and you're right there. Literally all you have to do is take that first step forward. Okay? I love you guys. I'm so excited to see what comes in January. I'm super excited to catch up with you guys in the new year and see where this energy takes you. I am a Gemini rising, and this is super accurate for my life right now. So if you guys enjoyed the reading, please give it a like, share, subscribe. It really does help me out. If you have any questions or comments, I put my email down below. You can reach out to me privately. If you would like a personal reading, I do private readings. I do energy healings as well. My website is linked down below. You can check me out on social media. Those are down there also. And be sure to check back for your moon magic. I do the monthly zodiac readings for each sign, and I also do a moon magic reading for the new moon and the full moon. So check back for that. I love you guys, and I'll see you later.